Today on iPod 70, Altissio Decaffeinato for the Vertuo line. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. I'm your host Sterling Miller. If it's your first time here, we are an Nespresso-centric channel. We review the Vertuo and the original line of Nespresso. If that interests you, you have found the right channel. For my returning Podhead family, any and all announcements will be at the end. But without further ado, let's get to today's star attraction, which is Altissio, which it is now, it's an espresso, but it's been decaffeinated. So let's take a look at what they have to say. Altissio Decaffeinato, let's see what they say, the aromatic profile. Altissio Decaffeinato is no less cloaked in a creamy cereal note than Altissio. The decaffeinated Latin American Arabicas still get an intense roast. So I think they're alluding there that it is the same as Altissio. Roastiness 3, acidity 1, bitterness 3, body 3. Wow, so this should have some bite. 9 out of 11, and it is just a straight espresso, 1.35 ounces. Let's skip over real quick to the other one, and it says, this is strong but very balanced. Smooth coffee is obtained through the combination of short pre-wetting, a slow flow, and high extraction temperature. That's kind of all they say there on it, other than they say full-bodied, creamy, cocoa, and roasted. So that's what they say about the original Altissio. So let's take a look at the pod. Wow. I have the original one, Altissio. Here's the decaf. You can kind of see they're virtually the same in terms of color. So there's your pod. Got a nice royal purple, I would say, with a lovely red ring around it. It is labeled on the top and labeled on the bottom. You know we love that. So for the comparison, we're gonna put the original Altissio up against the decaf. They both state that they have cereal and creamy roasted notes. So let's go brew a shot. Okay, we're gonna brew the original Altissio first. Okay, so the original is done. This kind of gives us an idea of what we got out of that one. We're gonna go to the decaf version now. All right, both coffees are done. They brewed almost identical, although as you can see, even though this one's been sitting longer, it still has slightly more crema than the decaf. Judging from color though, they say level 9, probably very close in there, so let's go give them a taste. All right, we will start with the original first. Ooh, it's got some decent bite, but a good flavor. Very, very creamy. It does, ooh. Yeah, kind of the aftertaste does have a weird, not weird, I shouldn't say weird. It does have a roasted note, but it's... Let's move on to the decaf version just for an AB real quick here. In fact, I need to rinse real quick. So, my initial thought is, as I tasted these, this one tasted very, very, very creamy, like it had a lot of body. This one seems to be a little more watery feeling. The flavor's good. It's got a decent amount of bite, which so the difference that I taste on these is this one feels, I know what the website said, but this one feels like it has more of a bitter bite, and this one feels more like it has an acidic bite. So there are subtle differences. This one feels much creamier on your palate and as it goes by than this one does, but they're both very similar in taste. There's not like a huge difference. It's mostly texture differences. I would say if you had to nitpick it, this one is slightly lighter. Because when you hit your palate first with this one and this one after, you can tell they're not quite equal, and this one feels lighter. So let me do it the reverse and just see. Yeah. So the decaf is just a little bit lighter. It feels like it's just a little less oily or a little less body on it. But overall, pretty good. It warrants going round 2. Let's add a little milk into this, so let's go brew another shot. For round 2, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use 2 ounces of whole milk, or 59 milliliters. I'm gonna add that into the Aracino. And what I think I wanna do is I wanna just try to really froth it, bring out a lot of froth on it. So I'm gonna go to the highest setting, and then we'll brew our pod into that. Oh yeah, oh that's exactly what I wanted. Wanted a good amount of foam. I'm gonna scoop that out real quick, but yeah, good amount of foam. And now we're gonna brew the pod directly in. All right, it is done, and other than the in and out of focus on our wonderful camera that doesn't seem to understand to hold still, it turned out pretty nice. Got multiple layers, got our espresso layer laying in there, a little bit of a milk and an espresso layer going there. Oh, it's so cool. Let's give it a taste. Round 2. That's interesting that it's changed from that bite, like it's got a lot of bite, to almost a tamed down, it's got like a, almost like a little bit of a light cocoa roasted note to it. Yeah, it's like this really pleasant light cocoa note. I'm wondering if just a teeny amount of sugar would make a difference. Be right back. I'm gonna put in the smallest amount probably I can. I just want like a couple of squirts there. All right. Definitely benefits from just a little bit of sweetener. That cocoa now is very, very dominant. That roastiness has taken just a slight more back seat, but overall very good, and the espresso stands up to the milk really, really well. That's just a very, very good espresso, kind of like a little latte. So yeah, pretty good. Let's take a look at what they're doing here. All right, they said bitterness 3. Okay, interesting, because that was, and I would say on the other one, the acidity would be 3 and the bitterness would be more like 1. So they're kind of almost inverted on those two. But when we go up here, we see full bodied and creamy. Yeah, a little bit. The body was a little bit lacking for me compared to the original, but still very good. Cereal and roasted. I don't know again if the cereal notes came through that much, but it did have a wonderful roasted flavor. $8.50 a sleeve or 85 cents a capsule, so no premium here. So going full circle, how does this one stack up against its caffeinated counterpart? Pretty well for taste, albeit just a slight bit lighter. And then as we discussed, the body being, not quite as creamy and full as the caffeinated counterpart. This one's a good solid entry. I don't know if it would be a flavor I would go after a lot, but it's a decent entry, kind of hits in the middle for me. 3 out of 5 pods, just a decent espresso, although I think we've seen better. That'll bring us to a close of this week's video. I thank you so much for your time. If you've made it this far into the video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime we drop a new video, which is every Friday. Speaking of Fridays and things going on, we've gotten a few entries for the contest for the Christmas pictures. Please get those in. I honestly don't have that many entries, which kind of surprises me. It's a Christmas photo or short video. $100 Nespresso gift card for you if you are the winner. The winner will be decided by the community and you receive a $100 gift card. Get that to me by the end of December 31st. We'll have it in the next video, and that will wrap up 2021 and lead us into 2022. How do we do these wonderful contests? It's because of these amazing people you see scrolling by here, my patrons. They make such a huge difference. And if anything has shown us anything over the year of 2021, it's that the patrons are more important than they've ever been. I hope you guys have enjoyed the new benefits. Each patron gets access to the videos a few days early. They get them commercial free. They get a discount on the Podhead merchandise. And that's my small token to say thank you for what you do each and every month. If you would like to become a patron, join us over at patreon.com/IPON70. It's the same as the YouTube channel, and you too can support the channel directly and help us do what we do. Until next Friday with the contest entries and potentially another coffee tasting video, have a great rest of your day.